Hello and welcome. I'm doing a little segment on weightlifting and the benefits of, well, that process. Um, so I really, really want to add more content and things that you guys will find useful and that will help educate you as you move onward in this journey. So if there's anything that comes up that you're interested in learning about, please message me, shoot me a text, whatever works best for you, or we can talk about it in the Zooms, so that I can create more content for you that is, that best resonates for you. So it doesn't have to be about exercise. It can be about spiritual awakening. It can be about um, tips on, reducing anger, reducing stress, whatever comes to your mind. If I am knowledgeable on the subject, or I'll even do research on it so that we can create content and just become more aware and more educated. Okay, so this is about weightlifting, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen because I created a cute little PowerPoint for us to go through. Let's see here. Again, bear with me as I navigate this process. Okay. Weightlifting, your ticket to becoming a fat burning machine. If you didn't know, building muscle is a very effective way to burn fat. And we're going to go through the whys and the hows of that. So, the introduction, why weightlifting, sets and reps. So, you have an idea of what that looks like, intensity, and of course, summary. Weightlifting isn't just about body building muscle. It's also a powerful tool for burning body fat. That was harder to say than it seemed like. So unlike traditional cardio, weightlifting increases your metabolic rate, leading to greater calorie burn even after your workout. We're going to explore why. So let's move forward. Why choose weightlifting? So it helps us burn body fat because it builds muscle. Muscles are metabolically active tissues, meaning they burn calories even at rest. So a muscular body is going to burn more calories than even a skinny body or someone who doesn't have as much muscle. So, for instance, I'm 160 pounds. I'm going to burn more calories just by sitting, just by existing and breathing than, a friend of mine who's 130 pounds and has less muscle than me. Just like my 215-pound partner, who is very muscular, burns more body fat than I do just hanging out. So he also has to eat more to keep up with that. Okay. All right, where are we? When you lift weights, you increase your muscle mass, which boosts your metabolism. This leads to more calories burned throughout the day, aiding in fat loss. Additionally, weightlifting can create an afterburn effect where your body continues to burn calories post-exercise as it repairs and builds muscle. So it's just overall, it's like high intensity workouts, how they say that you burn calories for longer. It's kind of the same concept, except you don't have to get your heart rate up. There are benefits to cardio. There are benefits to high intensity exercises. There's benefits to all these different modalities. I prefer weightlifting. I enjoy it, and I just know that it's the most effective. And I will say, just because you lift weights does not mean that you're going to get as big and muscular as I am. I know that not everybody, it's not an appealing body for a lot of people, right? It's not as feminine. It's not as, soft. I had to work really, really hard to get to this, to this physique. And my genetics I'm like genetically dispositioned to put on a lot of muscle. So I've always been a muscular person. My kids are very muscular. It's in our genes. So I don't want that to scare you off because you can have a very beautiful and feminine body and still lift weights. You can work towards being more muscular if that's your goal. And I can help you guide you through either way, right? But I will tell you it's going to be very difficult for certain bodies to put on like the amount of muscle, say, that I have. Because I don't want my physique to scare you away. I know that I have a lot of muscle and it's not as appealing, which is perfectly fine. So this is just an example workout plan. And I wanted to just kind of give sort of an idea of what it looks like and break down how this works. Okay, so here we have the exercises themselves. We've got chest press, a low row, dumbbell fly, shoulder press. Is this something that I would normally go into the gym and do? Yes, that's why I chose these exercises together. And so just to break it all down nicely for you so you kind of have an understanding of the way my mind works, okay? I like balance. So when I go in and I'm going to work chest, say, even if it's a heavy chest day, because I'll go in and it's like full on focus on chest, but I'm always going to do some back exercises as well, especially upper back. But just to give you sort of a summary of this, I like to balance it out because when we do chest, our muscles get tight and it pulls us forward. Okay. When our muscles get tight in a certain area, it pulls us in that direction. Just like if I work the back, it's going to pull me back. The muscles are tightening in the back. So I like to balance it out. If I'm doing my chest, I like to also do some back. So I'm not creating this. I'm not hunching over. And that's why I have low row on here. Now, I know low row probably sounds contradicting, but even when you're in a low row, you're still working the lower part of your lats. And so it's not super low back, right? That's where we would get into like a bridge or hyperextension. We've got a dumbbell fly, so that's more chest, and then a shoulder press. I like to also do a little bit of, shoulder stuff when I'm doing chest because I'm already hitting the shoulders. So if I do a shoulder press, it's the same kind of concept as doing a row. To balance that out, a shoulder press is going to give me a little bit more in the medial and rear delt so that so the chest press gives us the anterior. There's 3 parts of the delt. As I go through this, I'm realizing there are a lot of videos I will need to be doing on all this stuff because there's so much information. But so we're working the anterior delt when we're doing a chest press or a fly. And so we want to balance that out by also hitting the medial and the rear delt. And that's what we can get out of doing a chest or a shoulder press. Okay, so that's just a little bit about some exercises and how I pair them together. This has 4 sets. I wouldn't necessarily recommend 4 sets, but I wanted to kind of give a description here. I wanted to really paint a picture of what this might look like. So we always want to be hitting in between 8 and 12 repetitions when we are doing when we are working towards muscle building, which is also known as hypertrophy. That's the more technical or scientific term, whatever. So I have here, we're at 10 reps with 20 pounds. Okay. So that's what this means. So the sets are the amount of times that you do the exercise. The reps are how many of that exercise or how many movement patterns we're doing with each set. Okay. So we're doing 8 to 12. I have up here 10 reps at 20 pounds. So we do our first, second, and third at 20 pounds. By the third, we're barely pushing those last couple of reps up. And so we decide to reduce the weight and finish off with 15 pounds. Of course, we would aim to get 12, but we only got 10 at 15 pounds because we were fatigued at that point. The low row, we're hitting 12 at 40 pounds. We get it pretty consistently. And then that last set, we only push out 10 at 40 pounds, and that's perfect. Same with dumbbell flies. We're hitting 12 at 10 pounds, 12 at 10 pounds. We do that consistently and we finish off. The dumbbell flies, we would take note of this, that we were able to complete all 4 sets at 12 reps and 10 pounds. So next week, when we hit dumbbell flies again, we're going to increase the weight. So that's how you know these are your cues for, okay, I'm going to increase the weight on this. All right. We're okay here. The low row, we're going to stick around at 40 pounds, probably one more week. And then that following week, we'll probably be increasing our weight. And the chest press, same thing. We're going to stick around at 20 pounds and we're probably going to be there for a couple weeks, because once we can do 12 at 20 pounds all the way through, then we can think about increasing our weight, right? We get to shoulder press and we're able to do 12 at 15 pounds until we get that last one. And we had reduced it because we barely made it. And we decided, you know what, I'm going to go down to 10 pounds. That was just hard. And we still only got 10 reps out of it, which is totally fine. It just shows we were tired. This is the last exercise of the day. So the last set of the last exercise, we reduce the weight and the amount of reps, and we're toast. Time for recovery. So if you yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection, I said if, I didn't mean to, but you yourself, as much as anybody else in the entire universe, deserves your love and affection. Just remember that. This is all about taking care of you. And what happens when we fill our own cup up? We're able to pour into others, right? Being selfish is the most selfless thing we can do when done right, right? We don't want to hurt anybody, but we're just taking care of ourselves. We're giving ourselves the love that we deserve. Okay, intensity. We want to be at a moderate to high effort. We're aiming for workouts that challenge us without being overly strenuous. So we want to be able to go through the entire movement pattern without having to deviate too much from that plan. Okay. You should feel your muscles becoming tired towards the end of each set. We rest for 60 seconds in between each set. So you want to be tired. You want 60 seconds to recover so that you can get back into it. There are different rep schemes, different rest patterns for different goals. Okay. So this is specific to hypertrophy. This is specific to gaining muscle. The set rest pattern is going to be 8 to 12 reps, followed by 60 seconds of rest and repeat. And I don't really like to go past 4 sets. Sometimes I will finish off the 4th set. So we're going to start off with 3, right? Maybe even 2, depending on where we're at. Once we hit 4 sets and we're like, okay, I need more, I like to start doing a drop set. And so that 4th set, I will increase the weight, hit it immediately after I'm done. So maybe I get 5 or 6 reps out of that. Immediately after I'm done, I'm going to drop the weight by about 30%, push out as much as I can. And maybe if I'm feeling crazy, sometimes I am, most of the time I am, let's be real. And then I'll drop the weight again and bust out as much as I can. But that's like when I've gotten, you know, a lot of energy, a lot of rest and stuff, and I'm just ready to really hit it hard. But if we get to a point where we're needing more, instead of adding more sets, I'll just add more exercises, if that makes sense. Choosing your weights that allow you to complete 8 to 12 reps with proper form. you should feel a deep burn or fatigue on the targeted muscle groups. So that's what we're going for. Mental health benefits, helps to reduce stress levels and promotes relaxation, engaging in regular exercise can boost mood and alleviate symptoms of anxiety and depression. Achieving fitness goals through weightlifting can increase confidence and self-esteem. Regular exercise has been shown to improve sleep quality. How do we get there? Through mind, think about the goals you want to accomplish, visualize success, engage in healthy mental practices. Heart, trust that you know yourself best. You do. And you're getting to know yourself deeper and deeper and deeper. Believe in the power of your own motivation and know that you can do anything you put enough effort into. Absolutely. Body, listen to your body. Never push yourself beyond your capabilities. So we don't want to overdo it. That's not going to do us any good. If you notice that you need to rest, rest. If you can only put in half the time that day, that workout, put in half the time. Breathe, stretch, and allow plenty of time to recover and stay hydrated. I want to go back to, if you feel like you can only do half the workout, we put this pressure on ourselves that, like, if we can't work out 5 days in a week, then we're not going to do it at all, right? If we can't work out for an hour each time, then why go? And it's like, that's how we get into these ruts where we don't exercise, where we don't take care of ourselves. A little bit of movement is better than no movement. And sometimes our bodies are just too tired. Like, I'm tired today. I'm really tired today. So for me, going and just doing some stretches and stuff in the living room, that's my workout. That's what I did, because that's what I had in me. And I was honoring my body and I was honoring where I was at. It's very important. If you can only work out 1 day a week, then let that be it. And if it's 30 minutes, that's fine. Honor that. Be okay with that. If you're inconsistent and 1 week it's, none at all, the next week you get to hit it 4 times, and the following week after that it's only one, who cares? That is perfectly fine. That is perfectly acceptable. So, weightlifting is not only effective for building muscle and burning body fat, but it also offers significant mental health benefits. By incorporating weightlifting into your routine with the right intensity, you can not only achieve physical strength, but also reduce stress, improve mood, boost self-esteem, and enjoy better sleep. So let's embrace the power of weightlifting, not just for our bodies, but for our overall well-being. And there you have it. So any questions or comments, please put them in the community board. Let's have a conversation around this. If you are curious about having a workout plan made for you, let me know. I'd be happy to write one up for you, personalize it. I do want to start putting up some general plans and everything for you to follow. So let's get into that. If that sounds appealing, let me know. I hope that you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.